Oh yeah, right, we're going to show you a conform workflow making a LUA file, Lua file, making my thing called xmlua. So here we are. We've got a sequence in the Avid, with strange things going on, pictures and pictures, time warps, and two layers laid on top of each other there. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to output the film scribe, and I'm going to open the bin that we need, which is in Avid Projects, Lua. Okay, so I've got my settings here to set it to XML and separate list for each channel, and it's a scan that I do, and I want to make sure that I have got tape ID in there. Another way I've done it that you get in the custom comments thing in the XML, you get the start timecode of the file, not the start timecode of the clip, but of the original file. Apparently, according to Michael P, this comes in from the stuff that when you make it from Red Tools, you can set it in here. But I've done it by myself, and this works anyway. So if we preview it, here we are. Here is the XML. And we save that on the desktop. I'm going to call it block mini because it's only a small thing. Save that, quit film scribe, and hide the Avid. Okay, now on the desktop we've got block mini, and all the reg files are on this drive, on a USB drive attached to my iMac. So double click on that and it will say, where is your XML? Plug it in, dude. Okay, there we go. Do you want handles with that? Yeah, so I'll say 8 frame handles. Where are your R3D files? Well, they're in block in here somewhere. So that's there. And that's it, it's done. And you end up with this LUA file on the desktop, grading LUA because it's for me, and that's where you get it. There are where the files live, and there are the ins and outs, and that's based off that start timecode clips. The XSL that I've got does some maths, so there you go. Okay, the next step will be to fire up Redsony X, build 183. That's just because that's what I've got. File, run the script, desktop, grading LUA, open, and there is my little mini thing. There's him coming down the stairs, reading the paper, booking, more reading, desks, and there you go, and there's the girl on the second layer at the top there. That's in show order, so you can grade it as you wish. I'm going to make this very clear, I'm going to do a green grade, just so we know we've done it. And then I'm going to export to 185x, and select them all, and export. And there we go. Now Redsony X apparently doesn't use all your cores and stuff, but I'm on an iMac, there's only 2 of them, so hey, it doesn't really matter to me. But if you're on an 8-core Super Beast, I'm sure it'll only get better. The latest build apparently is better than 183, but I ain't seen that yet. So we'll come back when it's done. Right. So let's try and relink this now. Relink to HD, specific resolution 185x, create a new sequence, and go OK, see what happens. So on that one, now what we've got 185x stuff, and it's green, so that lets us know that's what we've just done. And it's it's green for both layers. Yep, so if I zoom into that one, you can see it's the 185X we just made, and the little picture is green. So you say, okay, that's great, Jamie, but other people have done that, so what's so special? Well, nothing really, except that the thing that I've written doesn't use AppleScript, doesn't use anything from Apple-specific technologies. Everything that I've done in there is either in the XSL that transforms the XML into something else, and in either Bash or other text editing tools, all of which you can put on Windows. So let's do something interesting. Right, here we go. So, in the interests of helping out the Windows brethren, here is the XML that I made. I haven't got Avid on the PC side of things, so I'm assuming that everything is the same. That may be the wrong assumption, but here we go. So there's Block Mini XML, the one exactly the same as we've just made. And here's this thing that I've made with the previous technologies called win2lua.bat. So it's just a batch file accessing Windows technologies. There's a couple of things you need. You need MSXSL, which is Microsoft's XSL thing that transforms the XML into something else. My batch file, and you need something called sed, which is a stream editor. And it's a Unix tool, but there is a Windows build of it out there on UNX tools, which is what I've got, and I put it in. It's the only thing I found that could do what I needed to do. So unfortunately, you're going to have to get it, or I'll send it to you somehow. But there you go. That's only the only Unixism thing we need. Everything else is just plain old Windows XP even. So hopefully it'll work with the rest of them, but I don't know. Right, let's get on with it. So drag your R3D folder in here. So my R3D folder is block, so let's put that there. Drag your XML here, so that's Block Mini. And then it's going to search all those things. It's not as fast because this isn't a real Windows system, this is Parallels. So you're going to have to give it cut it some slack. Oh, press any key to continue, there we go. I didn't put the handles in, I couldn't be bothered. So there we go, let's have a look. Now, where this puts it is in C somewhere. I know where I'm rubbish in Windows. So there we are, there's grading lua.lua. And so let's open Red Cine X on Windows. Let's run the script. Grading lua. Ding, 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 ding. So there we go. That is exactly the same. So we can do what we like with it. Let's do bright basic and go apply. There we are. Now everything's bright. And then we export the same as usual. One caveat with all of these things that I try on here, if I'm exporting to DNX, it just craps out at 99% and says I can't do it with that much memory or something. That may be down to me doing it on Parallels, I don't know. Windows for real might work, but the actual methodology is exactly the same as the Mac, which works fine as we've seen. So maybe once the next version of Red Cine X is out, it'll be good to go.